I don't drink much hazy IPA. Actually, I bought this kit and brewed it for my wife who loves hazies.
Hazy Zesty Fruity from Munton's.
Here in the United States, the vast majority of homebrew shops no longer carry pre-hop kits, but hopefully someday that'll change. I had to buy this one online from Munton's US website, and they're expensive. With Cooper's, it's the exact same way.
Nice dented can of malt extract. That's always good. 2 dented cans. Brilliant.
The kit only had a year before expiring, so I figured it might already have some age on it, which isn't bad, depending on how it was stored. Also, I hadn't seen any advertising, so I wouldn't think they'd sold too many in the US. The yeast appeared to be the freshest thing in the kit, and it was the freshest I'd seen all year from Fermentis, which I found kind of odd. I thought maybe the original kit yeast was near expiration and they chucked this in to replace it. Of course, I'm only guessing about that, but Brewtubers did a review of this kit last October right after I filmed the tasting for this video, and theirs came with Munton's yeast instead of SO4. So they used Windsor. The tins of liquid malt are a mystery. Munton's only says they contain different extracts. Well, since it's supposed to be a hazy, some have guessed that one of the tins is wheat malt, which makes perfect sense. My brewing setup is mainly for partial mashing, and it uses 2 pots. One for mashing, sparging, and prepping the late dry malt extract addition, and the other one for boiling. So for this brew day, I boiled 2.5 gallons of water, or around 9.5 liters, in the main pot for 15 minutes to sanitize the wort chiller. At roughly the same time, I boiled 1 gallon of water, or around 3.8 liters, in the other pot for 10 minutes, took it off heat, and added both tins of liquid malt. This saves a lot of time and mess from having to work around the wort chiller. I've never followed the directions that come with these pre-hop kits because normally I'm steeping grains or doing a partial mash and using the kit as a base. Sometimes with a hop stand and or dry hopping. But the main reason is my fermenters are made of PET plastic and they won't handle liquids over 140 Fahrenheit or 60 C. It takes me about 90 minutes to brew a pre-hop kit by doing it on the stovetop this way, even without added grains or hops. To finish up, I added the dissolved liquid malt solution from the first pot to the main pot. And then after chilling, I added this to the fermenter and topped up to 5.2 gallons or just over 19.5 liters. Then I pitched the yeast and fermented at 67 Fahrenheit or 19 C for 2 weeks. The kit called for 2 dry hop editions of Citra and Mosaic. The first edition was on day 2. And the second dry hop edition was on day 11. I do regret not saying anything about the condition of the hops when I opened them up during filming because they didn't smell fresh at all. They seemed stale, maybe from exposure to warm temperatures over a long period. And there were lots of them too. 56 grams of Citra and 60 grams of Mosaic. So I'm left with questions about the true age of the kit, how it was handled and stored, the super fresh yeast, and the condition of the hops.
Okay, it's time to taste the Munton's Hazy Zesty Fruity. I've just poured this up. Look at that. I did not over prime this. I think what we have here is a little case of hop creep.
So at the basic level with hop creep, fermentation keeps going after the beer's been bottled, canned, or kegged, and is caused by high levels of dry hopping. You see, hops have different enzymes that can convert starch to sugars and ferment if yeast is present, and that can give you decreased gravity, increased alcohol, increased diacetyl, and overcarbonation. Hop creep was first discovered in the UK in 1893. And mostly forgotten for over 100 years until recently when it created serious issues for craft brewers, not just with quality, but also with laws governing alcohol and even safety. Well, there's more to learn than I can cover here, so check out the link in the description for the Beersmith video with guest Stan Hieronymus, which has a segment on hop creep.
It's definitely hazy.
I think the kit had some age on it, and that was going to definitely result in a darker beer. We did a sample tasting of this about 10 days after bottling, and it's just like this. So what I did was, after 14 days, I chilled the entire batch. And doing that can mitigate some of the effects of the hop creep. It just smells like a hoppy beer. Saturated hop aroma. Nothing distinguishing. Yeah. Some malt coming through. Well, let's go ahead and go in for a taste. The flavor is similar to the aroma. Nothing stands out as far as the hop character. There's nothing really particularly fruity or tropical or juicy. It's just saturated hop flavor. It's kind of weird. It does not taste like a kit. It's just a hoppy IPA. It is a really good beer, but as far as the hop flavor, I think it was old hops. This kit, the date right there, September 2023 that it expires, or Best Buy. It's now October of 2022, so this was just under a year from expiring when I brewed it. And as you saw in the earlier segments, the cans were dented up. The yeast was quite fresh, actually. That was one of the really positive things about the kit. But when I opened the hops to do the dry hopping, I knew right then that this kit probably had not been treated well. Given the price that I paid for this, I would not buy it again. Yeah. Well, I think that'll just about do it for me. I am going to go ahead and enjoy the rest of this. And I'll join you in the next segment. Cheers, guys. Look at that delicious pie. This came from the Pub Chip Shop in Pittsburgh on Carson Street. We're very fortunate to have this place. They have proper fish and chips and all sorts of meat pies. Oh yeah. Chicken, vegetables, peas, carrot, amazing.
absolutely amazing. The filling there.
You can tell it's a proper pie. Yeah, man. That is righteous. All right. Cheers, guys.
And there you have it, the Munton's Hazy Zesty Fruity and an awesome chicken pie. Hope you guys enjoyed watching that. Now this video was supposed to come out in 2022, but I got busy recording some new music. And of course my music takes first priority. But anyway, moving on. I recently got some mail from Finru Homebrewing and also from Schnuzz. So coming up, I got 2 videos about that, and one of them has a tasting segment. And finally, I have yet another overdue brewing video that should have come out in 2022. So, that's all for now. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video. Cheers!